Welcome to Context 101. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more breaking updates. Tonight, we look to the skies, where a new geopolitical contest is taking shape, not with fighter jets, but with commercial airliners. A seismic shift is underway in global aviation, long dominated by the West, now challenged by a powerful new axis. At the center, China's C919 jet and its engine, the heart of a bold Russo-Chinese partnership. This alliance, forged amid Western sanctions, is shaking the foundations of international trade and security. The EU's alarm is clear. A new competitor powered by strategic rivals is redrawing the map at 35,000 feet. As tensions escalate, the world faces a future where the skies, and the rules that govern them, may split in two. For decades, China was a lucrative but dependent market for Western aircraft. Major airlines in the country relied almost exclusively on jets from industry giants like Boeing and Airbus, fueling their rapid expansion and connecting China to the world. But this dependence also meant that China's aviation ambitions were always at the mercy of foreign technology and shifting global politics. Determined to end this reliance and assert its place as a global aviation leader, China launched the C919 project, a bold homegrown initiative designed to directly challenge the dominance of Airbus and Boeing in the single-aisle jet market. The C919 represents not just a new aircraft, but a statement of intent. Built by Comac, the C919 is the centerpiece of China's push for high-tech independence. The project has mobilized thousands of engineers, scientists and workers, all united by a vision to create a world-class jetliner that can compete on the global stage. Yet, despite these ambitions, the C919 has so far relied on Western engines, especially the advanced LEAP-1C from GE and Safran. This dependence on foreign power plants has become a strategic vulnerability, especially as geopolitical tensions rise and export controls threaten supply chains. China's ultimate goal is full technological sovereignty, mastering every aspect of aircraft production, including the development of a homegrown high-performance jet engine, the CJ1000A. This engine is a symbol of China's determination to break free from foreign constraints and secure its future in aviation. Succeeding in this endeavor would mean more than just commercial victory. It would be a source of immense national pride, a demonstration of China's technological prowess, and a step toward greater strategic security in a turbulent world. The C919 is already gaining traction, with orders and interest not only from Chinese airlines, but also from carriers in Southeast Asia and the Middle East. As airlines worldwide seek alternatives to Western backlogs and supply chain delays, the C919 is emerging as a compelling new option. What was once a distant dream is now a real contender. The C919's rise is setting the stage for a dramatic industry showdown, with the potential to reshape the global balance of power in commercial aviation for years to come. Russia's aerospace legacy is formidable, from Sputnik to powerful jet engines like the PD-14. Yet, post-Soviet Russia struggled in commercial aviation, hampered further by Western sanctions. Cut off from Western technology, Moscow turned east, finding in China a partner with industrial might but lacking engine expertise. For Russia, sharing its know-how with China is a way to bypass sanctions and reassert global relevance. This partnership is symbiotic. China gains critical engine technology. Russia gains revenue and influence. By collaborating on the CJ1000A, the two nations are co-creating a new center of gravity in aerospace. This is more than technical assistance. It's a strategic move to challenge Western dominance. The C919 is no longer just a Chinese project, it's a Russo-Chinese challenge to the old order. At the 2025 Dubai Air Show, Russia made a landmark announcement, full support for China's CJ1000A engine. The timing was deliberate. Dubai, a global crossroads, ensured maximum impact. The C919's international debut became a symbol of a new power block in aviation. The partnership goes beyond technical help, hinting at joint ventures and long-term alignment. For industry insiders, the message was clear. The C919 is now the flagship of a formidable alliance. EU officials reacted with shock, calling it a direct challenge to the rules-based order. Their fear, Russian involvement could undermine international safety standards and market dynamics. The Russo-Chinese partnership threatens to lock out both Boeing and Airbus from key markets. The Dubai announcement turned a theoretical threat into an immediate crisis for Europe. Brussels responded with remarkable speed and intensity, revealing not just deep strategic anxiety, but also a sense of shock that rippled through the corridors of power. The mood in the European capital was tense, as officials scrambled to assess the full implications of the Russo-Chinese partnership. The EU wasted no time in condemning the alliance, calling it a direct threat to both economic and security interests. For Europe, the stakes are especially high when it comes to Airbus, a symbol of European innovation and a vital pillar of the continent's economy. The fear is that this new partnership could undermine decades of European leadership in aviation. The prospect of the C919, now supercharged with Russian engine expertise, capturing global market share is more than just a commercial threat. It's a strategic nightmare for European planners. The idea that a Chinese jet could rival or even surpass Airbus in key markets is fueling urgent debate in Brussels. The sense of betrayal runs deep. After years of engagement and cooperation with China, many in the EU now feel their trust has been exploited. What once seemed like a promising partnership has, in the eyes of many, backfired spectacularly, leaving European officials questioning their approach to Beijing. Calls for strategic autonomy have become more urgent than ever. Across the continent, leaders are scrambling to defend Europe's industrial base, debating new policies to shield key sectors from foreign competition and influence. In response, Europe is accelerating investment in research and development, tightening export controls on sensitive technologies, and seeking closer ties with the United States. The hope is to build resilience and ensure that Europe remains a global leader in aerospace and technology. Yet, the EU finds itself in a delicate position, caught between not wanting to escalate the US-China trade war and the urgent need to protect its own core interests. Navigating this new geopolitical landscape will require both caution and resolve. The fury in Brussels is unmistakable. It signals a continent waking up to a harsh new reality, one where old alliances are being tested, and the future of European industry hangs in the balance. The Russo-Chinese alliance is fracturing the global aviation market, fueling trade wars and supply chain upheaval. In 2025, China banned new Boeing deliveries, devastating the US aerospace giant and formalizing a split. The C919 is filling the vacuum, as airlines in Asia and the Middle East seek alternatives to Western jets. Airbus, struggling with production delays, faces its own risks. Its planes rely on US parts, now vulnerable to embargoes. Western firms like Safran are reshoring production while Comac stockpiles Western components to buy time. The social impact is huge: job losses in the West, rising protectionism, and political fallout. Boeing's future is threatened. Airbus's position is precarious. The entire interconnected system is under unprecedented strain. The global aviation order is splintering before our eyes. The C919 engine deal is more than business. It's a symbol of deepening Moscow-Beijing alignment. Facing Western pressure, the two powers are building an alternative to the US-led system, with aerospace as a key pillar. For the EU, this is a strategic setback, undermining its efforts to balance ties with both Washington and Beijing. The open Russo-Chinese alliance forces Europe closer to the US, eroding its strategic autonomy. Globally, this risks hardening the world into two rival blocs, reminiscent of the Cold War. Nations are reassessing industrial policy and security, reshoring manufacturing, and rethinking dependencies. The political shockwaves are reshaping alliances and the relationship between states and economies. The world is moving toward a more fragmented, competitive future. Experts agree, the Russo-Chinese C919 marks a pivotal turning point in the aviation industry, one that could reshape the global landscape for decades to come. With its entry, we are witnessing the likely emergence of a permanently split aviation market, a development that few would have predicted just a decade ago. The era of a unified, globalized industry, where aircraft, technology, and expertise flowed freely across borders, may be drawing to a close. In its place, we see the rise of two distinct blocks, one centered around Western manufacturers, and the other around China and its partners. Western airlines are expected to remain loyal to Airbus and Boeing, maintaining established supply chains and regulatory ties. Meanwhile, a separate ecosystem is rapidly forming around the C919 and future Russo-Chinese jets, with new suppliers, standards, and alliances emerging to support them. This growing split raises serious concerns about diverging safety standards, certification processes, and regulatory frameworks. The risk is that two incompatible systems could develop, making it harder to ensure the same level of safety and reliability worldwide. The world's impressive aviation safety record is built on decades of international cooperation, shared data, and harmonized rules. A political and technological split could undermine this foundation, threatening the progress that has made flying safer than ever before. For Europe, aligning closely with the US may help protect its aviation industry from external shocks, but it also comes with the risk of losing strategic autonomy and flexibility in a rapidly changing world. The EU now faces a profound dilemma. Should it defend its own interests and seek a more independent path, or accept a role as a junior partner in a new global contest for technological and economic leadership? The choices made by governments, regulators, and industry leaders in the coming years will not only shape the future of aviation, but also influence the balance of global power for generations to come. As the world's skies become a new frontier in the struggle for influence, the decisions made today will echo far into the future, determining who leads and who follows in the next era of flight. We stand at a crossroads in global aviation. The Russo-Chinese Pact has ended the era of a unified market, ushering in a more fragmented, unpredictable world. For the West, this demands a fundamental rethink of strategy, innovation, and alliances. The stakes are high. Jobs, safety, and the future of international cooperation hang in the balance. The public, policymakers, and industry must debate the path forward: competition or cooperation. The skies, once symbols of connection, now risk becoming lines of division. The challenge is to navigate this new era without letting rivalry undermine safety and progress. The flight path is uncertain. We are flying in uncharted airspace.